setting. I will present to you the components of Chapter 1 and the descriptions and how to write every section of the paper. This first chapter is made after your group has come to a consensus on what research problem you want to address. How to develop a research problem to a research topic. There are 5 factors to consider to determine whether that a problem is researchable or not. The problem should be existing already in your locality or country but no known solution to the problem. Another is the solution can be answered by using statistical methods and techniques. Also, there are probable solutions but they are not yet tested. And the occurrence of phenomena requires scientific investigation to arrive at precise solution. The last one is a serious need or problem of the people where it demands research. Remember that research problem must be SMART. It must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. You have to state your problem specifically, and the variables should be measured using an apparatus or a research instrument such as questionnaire or laboratory equipments. It has to be achievable using statistical tools in order to arrive precise results. Your research problem must be realistic and it must provide real results that should be statistically and scientifically correct and should not be manipulated. Lastly, you have to consider time bound. Time frame is required in every activity. Once you have consensus on your research problem and you can develop it into research topic, you are now ready to make your chapter 1 or the problem and its setting. These are the components of our chapter 1: the introduction, statement of the problem, hypothesis, theoretical framework, conceptual framework, significance of the study, scope and the limitations, and the definition of terms. The first section of Chapter 1 is the introduction. This section must contain a striking statement or a general knowledge about the topic. It should also present what has been done before and how the study differs from other published articles. It has to contain statistics of prevailing situations. In introduction, researchers' competency can also be displayed shortly, and there should be no lifting of statements from references except for the first paragraph. It has to be paraphrased and well cited. Generally, introduction should contain the rationale of the study. It can have 5 paragraphs. The first paragraph, you may present the research problem and the research gap. The second and the third paragraph may include occurrence of the problem in different settings. And the fourth paragraph can be used to present planned intervention with related literature support. In the fifth paragraph can sum up or wrap up all the things that have been discussed, in short, the summary of the introduction. The summary must be stated in coherence with the next section, which is the statement of the problem. The statement of the problem is the presentation of the research problem in a specific manner. It should start first with a broad proposition presented or written in paragraph form, while specific problem is specified and enumerated according to the objectives of the study. You may include in the statement of the problem in specific enumeration the possibility for a significant difference and a significant relationship among variables that is applicable for quantitative studies. Hypothesis is the next section, which is about a tentative statement about the relationship of the two or more variables used in the study. It is a specific, testable prediction about what you expect to happen in the study. For example, a study designed to look at the relationship between sleep deprivation and test performance might have a hypothesis that states the study is designed to assess the hypothesis that sleep deprived people will perform worse on a test than individuals who are not sleep deprived. So your hypothesis can be of two types, the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis talks about no difference or no relationship between the two variables or two groups, while alternative hypothesis predicts a significant relationship or significant difference between the two variable groups. The next section is the theoretical framework. This section contains the basis of the claims of the study. Different theories, principles, and previous studies can be given here. The main theory to which the study is anchored is presented in the theoretical framework. It, in this section, you will define, discuss, and evaluate theories relevant to your research problem. You explain the key concepts, models, and assumptions that guide your research and show that your work is grounded on established ideas. The theoretical framework shapes the justification of the research problem in order to provide legal basis for defining the parameters. It is a symbolic construction in which abstract concepts, facts, or laws, variables, and their relations that explain and predict how an observed phenomenon exists and operates. This section, Conceptual Framework, described as the abstract logical structure of meaning that guide the development of the study. All frameworks are based on the identification of key concepts and the relationship among those concepts. This projects the relationship of different data variables such as the relationship of independent variable to the dependent variable. While the significance of the study, this presents the relevance of study to the different community or different groups. This section is a must because this provides the social value of research. The researcher should prove that the study has important contributions in relation to solving problem and need. Also, it should provide contribution in bridging a knowledge gap and in improving social, economic, and health conditions. It also can enrich research instrument, methods and strategies, and also it can support government thrusts. This next section in scope and delimitation includes the coverage of the study area, the subjects, the research apparatus, equipments or instruments, the research issues and concerns, the duration of the study, and the constraints that have direct bearing on the results of the study. It will present what are the possible weaknesses of the study. The last section of Chapter 1 is the definition of terms. Here in this section, alphabetically arrange the concepts, keywords, and terms used in the study, operationally define or how terms were used in the study, and is taken from the title, main problem, and the specific problem. These are the sections of Chapter 1. Thank you so much for listening.